Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? It's me, 24K Hector, and welcome to 24K Lurkana. Yes, we are here, and it is a new time to be alive because we are in the set 10 meta, Whispers in the Well, and I am very excited to give you guys this deck profile. With all seriousness, this deck is pretty solid. I know I say that a lot in my videos, but I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those decks that I would probably keep secret if I were to be in a DLC or if I were to have a huge tournament coming up. As you guys know, there's CCQ in Vegas, right? For the championship qualifiers. I'm not gonna go to that one. I think I'm gonna stay this one back. I was very lucky and blessed to have earned an invite already for Continentals, so I think I'm gonna stay this one back. But I will be attending Richmond, which I am very excited about. But I wanted to give you guys this deck profile because sometimes it's hard to balance that competitive life, that competitive aspect with a content creator, right? But I did want to make sure that I give you guys, whenever I do give you guys good content, give you guys competitive content as well. Some that you can go and get first place and do really well with. It's probably going to get exposed anyway. A lot of lists are very similar. But we are going to be I'm going to be showcasing and kind of going a little bit in detail about Sapphire Steel in this coming set 10. And I think it is very strong. And I think I am playing it a little bit differently than some players, but it might get changed in the future, but right now it is very solid the way it is. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm having a great time in testing. Sadly, I was not able to go to the last tournament at Top Choice Gaming, but they had a great turnout. I'm very happy for them, which again, shout out to my sponsor again, Top Choice Gaming. They're making this journey available for me to be able to be a part of it, right? So, and I'm very happy to just shout out to them. You know, they helped me be where I am today. But yeah, drop my cards. Not cool. But we are actually, if you have not been able to hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so. And we are about to hit after this video of the podcast, the cookout, we're about to go and record for this week. So make sure on the description you guys check out the Lurkana cookout. We are a podcast with a group of friends. The cookout is a Discord group that I had started that just kind of became the testing group, and then we all just came really competitive, good players, I would like to say, that do a podcast as well. So go check us out if you have not. But with no longer ado, I want to introduce you guys to this deck profile that Sapphire Steel, that I think is gonna not take over the meta, because I would like to say that this set is very nice, healthy, when we're gonna have a variety of maybe 3 to 5 decks going around. But I definitely do put this deck in the top 3 for sure. Sometimes I hate the more popular Blue Steel gets, because I like the deck where it's popular enough where it's good enough where I can win tournaments with, but I don't want it to be too good enough where everyone is on it and we have the whole situation that happened with Fortisphere and Harem, and you guys remember that. I actually did not enjoy that time of Blue Steel. So, but we are here, and I want to showcase what this deck does now and the power and potential that it has in set 10. Let's get to it. Alrighty, guys, so let's go ahead. I want to make sure that I'm able to, yes, there you go. We are going to start out with 4 copies of the Mulan. Some people are not playing this card. I love this card specifically. I wanted to have a 1-drop. I wanted to have something to do on turn 1. Do you need a 1-drop with Blue Steel necessarily? No. But what this allows me to do, it allows me to dig for specific key cards that I need. But not only that, it allows you to play more Ninkables, and you feel safer playing more Ninkables. Also, this deck is going to run Pleekly, which if you're going to go on the Kita line, you may not necessarily need this. But because you run Pleekly, it also gives you an extra target for the Pleekly. Not only that, this is a princess, so it also gives you synergy for the Cinderella. Good card. I wouldn't cut it. I like this. This is one of those things that I'll tell you guys what I would possibly consider cutting or changing. This is staying. I am playing a total of technically 8 1-drops, 4 in the form of Develop Your Brain. Again, it is another way to dig through my deck a little further and being able to fix my hand if need be. Also, if you have both of these, and you can choose the Mulan on turn 1 or the Develop on turn 1, and then go sell the Azurite Sea, and then play the other one with that extra ink you have, or 2 develops if you have 2 develops, right? There's times when I go turn 1 develop, turn 2 sell into the Azurite Sea, and play Develop Your Brain again, and it just does absolute wonders, as in I can pretty much mold my hand the way I want it to be and set me up for these mid-range battles that I'm going to have this format. It is also very crucial to ramp on turn 2 with this deck, as much as it is how it was with Blurple last set. So I am playing 4 Tipos, pretty straightforward. 4 sell the Azurite Sea, and I'm playing one jump ahead. The reason I am playing the one jump ahead is because I did this at the DLC for Milwaukee, and I needed to literally make sure that I hit turn 2 ramp all the time, consistently and rarely miss. So that is why I have this. Not only that, this is going to be an action, which is going to matter a lot in this deck because we have the Headless Horseman that works really well with actions. So we actually need this crucial card. Also, this deck, guys, if you have multiples of these, that is actually a very good thing, because what this deck wants to do, it wants to ramp on turn 2, ramp on turn 3 in order to play a 6-drop on turn 4. So you want to make sure you consistently drop a 6-drop on turn 4. That is the way I want to do this deck. And this allows me the possibility of doing so by doing as well 3 Pleakley. So obviously the line that we want to go for on turn 3, it is a Cinderella, but we don't always have access to Cinderella. So whenever we don't, we have more targets for the Pleakley. But you just want to see a combination of, I'll go into the Cinderella in just a moment. But we want to make sure that we will have the combination of 2 cards to ramp for turn 2 and turn 3. That way our turn 4 is a 6-drop. Pretty much 85% of the time, according to kind of the math of how the amount of ramp that we are playing. So we are playing 4 Tipo, 4 Azurite Sea, the 1 jump ahead, which is an action, which is great. Also, Tipo can sing it, which is kind of crazy, but I don't usually recommend it. If you have multiple ramp cards, that's when more cards like the Mulan 1-drop come in, or you can ink certain cards with the Cinderella. So it's definitely good. So, you can even play 2 1 jump aheads, and I wouldn't blame you for more actions for the Headless Horseman. But I am playing the Pleakley, and that gives us the 12 ramp cards for early on, if case you don't see the Cinderella. Now, forgive me, I have these 2 copies like this, but I need to get the other 2 from my sponsor, or hopefully I'm able to pick them up myself, but if not, my sponsor will have hopefully the other 2 for me once I'm ready to play a huge tournament. But I have the Cinderella. This is a really good card. This kind of just breaks the game. This allows Blue Steel to be the powerhouse that it is currently. If you guys that don't know, if you play this, I kind of even want to scrap. Everyone already knows what this does, but I'm able to, at the end of the turn, put an extra card into the inkwell and draw a card. So it's going to replace itself. But not only that, I'm able to put any card into the inkwell. Yes, I'm able to put uninkables. So this, as you guys know, is perfect for my play style because I like to play with high uninkable count. This deck is at 16, and I don't think I really ever break. I think maybe 1 in every like 30 games, maybe I'll break. So it's really, really good and really, really powerful. This Cinderella is definitely a 4 of, but we have so many ways to make sure that we ramp twice before we get to our turn 4. We just have so many ways to make sure we get to ramp 2 times before we get to ramp on turn 4. Sometimes, let's just say for some reason you don't get there, you can still play this Namari, which is going to be a great card for this deck on turn on turn 4 instead of the 6-drop. But this card is going to be also good as a top, as in like later on as a just a card to have to trigger the Cinderella, as it is a princess. Well, not only that, this with another card that's, once you start drawing your T-pose and your one jump and your sail and your Pleakley late game, Namari literally lets you kind of just go through the deck, draw a different card, discard that card, boost this card's strength, and lets you kind of just keep filtering and going on and being able to not let all those early game cards that we do, which technically it's actually 24 early game cards. I did not mean to do that on purpose, I promise, but it's 24 early game cards. Once you already use those, Namari lets you kind of just cycle those out and draw one of your other kind of bombs and removal that you have in this deck. Namari is very good. Also mid to late game, this is just such a strong powerhouse. Strength-wise, as we know, is very important. And this is kind of the way that you can able to just fix your hands just like Mulan. Just such a strong card. You really don't want to drop this on curve because this deck specifically is going to consistently be doing a 6-drop on turn 4, but it's definitely an option mid to late game as well, in case there's that very little scenario where you don't ramp twice. I am not on Kita. You do not need Kita in this deck. This deck wants to go ramp 6-drop. Kita's too slow for me. People like that card, that's fine. I don't need to play it. I am now going to show you guys the cards that we play on turn 4. We are going to be playing 4 of the Tinkerbell. That is already 4 there. This card's great. It's a reason why I don't really worry about aggro that much. Playing this on turn 4 kind of keeps that card on check. Just playing this card as just a very solid character as a 4-drop, right? Quote unquote, because just delivering and be able to check the board is really strong. This is very good to put on the draw to kind of make sure keep things on track until you catch up the board. But it's also a strong card against aggro, and it's a really strong card against purple steel. So it's really powerful there. We are also another 6-drop. This is a really good one on the play, which is Goliath. I already got my hands on 3 foils, so that's pretty good. But we are playing Goliath. This card is absolutely broken. So this card allows me to kind of make sure that I'm able to play 2 cards, or ink and play a card, draw 2 cards. Ink and play a card, draw 2 cards. Or play 2 cards, draw 2 cards. This card starts getting crazy synergy with the Namari because you start being able to discard and fixing your hand, making more sure you have more inkables. With the Cinderella, you're able to kind of cycle. If you want to go Goliath first, then Cinderella, and cycle 1 extra card even further. But this card is absolutely amazing on the play, especially if you go the Tipo route, because you're able to play this, and if they are not playing Sapphire, you're gonna literally punish them by making this card be a discard for 2, 3, sometimes 4 if they don't respect it or they don't play around it. And against some Sapphire builds, this is still a good card to just kind of, I play a lot of high value characters, so if you're drawing 2 and I'm drawing 2 every turn, I trust that because I get to do mine first, I get to trust that I'm gonna be always ahead of you in this race. And I just play more value characters than you. That's how I feel with Blue Steel at the moment. So this card is absolutely broken and has won me so many games alone. This card is, wow, just amazing. Before I get to my bombs, guys, I do want to say that I am playing 4 Strength of a Raging Fire. This card is okay. I'm not the biggest fan. It's still a song. It's still inkable. It's still removable, which is why I play it. You can play 3, and you can be absolutely fine with 3, and you can play 3 sudden scares instead. But I kind of wanted to keep this 4 of. Pleakley can sing it, which is kind of cool in this deck, right? But strength has been nice too. You have Tinkerbell, you're able to ping something with Strength of a Raging Fire and then go Tinkerbell, finish them off. You also have Vincenzo. This is also 4 actions for the Headless Horseman. Remember, I keep saying actions for the Headless Horseman, so keep that in mind. But this is 4 Strength of a Raging Fire. 2 Sudden Scare. You do not play this card on curve. This is just a 4-cost action Dragonfire that we have that is inkable, that you're going to play mid to late game, because guess what? If I am outing a problematic card, a problematic character, I do not care if I ramp you twice, because that problem will no longer be there, and I get to continue to play on with my game. And hopefully those two extra ink I gave you are just scary enough as well for you to come back into the game, because if not, I absolutely just take over again. 2 sudden scares. I do not blame anyone that wants to do 3 strength of a Raging Fires and 3 sudden scares. I'm definitely considering that. I am playing a 3 of the Thunderbolt. I wish I could play 4 of this card, but it is an inkable, so I would like to just keep this at 3. And you can honestly go 3 strength, 3 bolt, 3 sudden scare. That is perfectly fine. This, at the end of the day, only deals 4, but it is kind of nice that in this deck, you're able to boost your Hades by 2. It has came up, and I have removed more extra characters by giving that extra strength to literally the Hades. Also, Cinderella can sing this on curve afterwards, so it's pretty nice to be able to play a 6-drop and a 7-drop and then sing the song and remove an extra character. Amazing tempo, 3 of that. We are playing 1 spooky site. I'm always going to play at least 1, no matter the format, no matter how popular aggro is. I'm always going to be playing 1. If aggro gets more popular, then guess what? I'll play 2. And I'm never going to be afraid, because what? We are going to ramp, and on turn 4, I can able to drop this. This deck is going to be able to do it more consistently than any other deck. But I maybe even wait 1 more turn and then hit you with it on turn 5 if I really want to, because aggro, and just if in case I don't Tinkerbell, I also have this, but it's just aggro's not that prevalent at the moment, but this card just keeps aggro on check completely. I don't care if I ramp you to 3 to 4 if you have put your whole board into the board. Also, it ramps my cards. It has helped me. But again, you can Tipo, you can Mulan, or you can Namari this away. That is 16 cards that allow you to not have this in your hand into the bad matchups where it's bad. So, which is another reason kind of why I play Mulan, and the Namaris and stuff like that. So 1 spooky site for that. And then I am playing 4 Vincenzo's. It's the bomb. 4 Hades, because it's Hades. It's absolutely broken. 1 Arthur. I am playing the Arthur instead of 4 Headless Horsemen. I am playing 1 Arthur because Arthur is just another great way to play this on turn 5 with the Tinkerbell. And whenever everything keeps everything standing and we're kind of at a stalemate, Arthur changes that completely. Not only that, it acts like another Hades or Maleficent Dragon, because whatever it's boosting and whatever it's attacking that's ready, it kind of does not take damage because it gives it resist 2, so it will most likely survive, and it gives Challenger +2, so it's able to take out beefy characters as well. So this Arthur, just see it as another Hades, another Maleficent Dragon, etc. Also, I have 1 Enchanted, and it's a 1 of, so it's absolutely beautiful. Why not? I wanted it also another 1 extra 7, so more consistent 7-drop bombs on turn 5. But for the Beyond the Horizon, it is also notable that all these 7 drops can sing this card. Whenever I don't rely on Goliath, whenever my Cindy's not rolling, I can just, when I don't have a hand, Beyond the Horizon, draw 3. Whenever they get out of hand, with too many cards in their hand, I can just play this, discard their hand, give them 3 new ones. Especially if they're going Vision, Develop, and all these extra cards, you literally hit them with Vision and interrupt their hand completely. So this card has been good at 2. I have not considered 3, and I'm definitely good at 2. Everyone was doing 3, and now I see everyone starting to cut it to 2. So this is the correct ratio, I believe, all along. And last but not least, I am playing the Headless Horseman. This card on play, we both draw 3. We both draw, discard 3 cards at random. And now we get to deal 2 damage per action that way. And it deals it all together. I have been able to, I am playing 20 actions in this deck. So I am playing 1/3 of the deck is actions. But not only that, the more people play this in mirrors, the more actions they're also going to have. But blue-green also plays a lot of action pieces, so this is very good for those type of decks. It is a 5/7 body, and it's a card that you're able to play it as soon as turn 5 in some scenarios. Not only that, it's able to not only disrupt their hand, because maybe you discarded crucial pieces that they were looking for, but it's also able to fix yours. Sometimes you don't care about dealing damage, but if you have, this has happened to me, guys. If I have a Tipo in my hand, or in a Develop or another bad card, I get to play the Headless Horseman, draw 3, and possibly discard this Tipo. So it's like I swapped the Tipo for a different card, and now it still deals damage for the actions that I did. So it's definitely a lot of scenarios where it helps me fix my hand, disrupt their hand, or just completely wipe out a strong character that they have on the board, or at least with the amount of actions that I have, at least deal 4 damage, which is still on play, deal 4 damage bulk character. So that is another bomb. You can play 4 of these, and you don't want to play the Arthur, you can play 4 of these. That is absolutely okay. But I've realized that the Arthur, it is just kind of singular removal on play as well, as long as you have another character. Whew. Long video, guys. I wanted to give you guys this in-depth deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave that like, subscribe, and hey, follow me on Instagram if you haven't. If you kind of want to know more the ins and outs of this deck, I also do because play-by-play coaching, or we can just talk about Sapphire Steel in general, or Sapphire, because I've known to just play Sapphire a lot. So I think this I would particularly like to coach people more on this deck. So make sure you guys go to my Instagram and message me there, as we can talk about how to improve your Sapphire Steel game. Hopefully I'm able to help you with that. But yes, guys, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and I can't wait to watch you in the next can't wait to record the next video for you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this meta. I'm sorry this video was long, but I wanted to make sure it was in-depth, detailed. You guys deserve this from me. So thank you. I appreciate all the support. I'll catch you guys on the next one.